This next one from Mark. This is a wife sponsored. Would you rather? Would you rather have a date with Date Mike or a night with Dwight as your wingman?
Wait, so are we on the date with Date
Right.
Mike?
Yes. Yeah. You're either going on a date with Date Mike or
It's a night out with Dwight as your wingman.
yeah, I know what my answer is. My answer,
I think it's a clear
Pray
answer.
tell.
it's date with Date Mike because
Not what I thought. I went hard the other way.
Yeah.
because if you're on a date with Date Mike, I feel like
You're trapped.
like,
Yeah.
you're trapped, but you can also
You're dropping a pin wherever you go.
you can also keep it going, right? Like if you're out with Dwight as your wingman, Dwight is just gonna scare away every person that you're talking to as soon as he starts talking to them.
You need to be.
So it's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna be a good story. I went on this night out with Dwight and he just ruined every chance I had at meeting someone. Or I just went on the most outrageous date of my life. Let me tell you all about it.
Alex?
I was going to go Dwight as the wingman. I think the key there is you got to know Dwight. You need to give him directives. You need to give him boundaries. You need to give him orders. He needs to know what his role is as a wingman. Now, wingman's an odd way to go about this. But I think Dwight could, if you gave Dwight what the goal was, and like, hey, we're gonna help each other out. I think you could also get a pretty good story out of Dwight. I think he might end up, as he's shown in some of these situations, he might end up just sort of. The more he says no to girls, the more they seem to be attracted to Dwight. And you might be able to use some sort of reverse charm that he has. And it might end up being a fantastic night. Date Mike, I think it would be so suffocating and awful. I would want to leave after about a half hour.
Yeah, you would like play pool just to get out of it?
You're right. I would have a better story. But I'm here for love, not a good story. The best story of all. Are you muted, Sean? What happened there, bud?
Can you hear me?
There you are. Welcome back.
I feel like you'd show up for the date. He'd say some things that are really off-putting, and you'd be like, "Okay, I'm gonna go," and then he'd do one more, just like even more ridiculous thing, and I'd be like, "Maybe I'll stay. Maybe I need to see where this train wreck is going."
I think I would definitely go with Dwight as the wingman too. I'm in that camp. I think that would also lead to an amazing story. I think too that, like you said, Alex, Dwight would do very well with very clear directions. He would be like, Dwight, this is what I need you to do. I need you to go up and talk to these people for me. And he would say no more.
It also depends where you're going. We haven't, like, you could go out paintballing with Dwight on a date and he would be very good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. Or maybe actually that would probably be the worst thing to go with Dwight. I take that back. My apologies.
Yeah, no, you're right. Location makes all the difference. If you go to a cocktail party at David Wallace's house, he's going to spend the whole night examining the structure for weaknesses, checking out the crawl space, shaking the chimney, sitting in a rocking chair by a sleeping child.
Also, in any sort of group setting that might happen, if Dwight is your wingman, he would be a great common enemy that could unify whoever you're trying to woo as well. You would have Dwight as a throughout the night, whatever you're doing. It's like,
so you would betray him?
No, but Dwight, by who he is, would become like, I'm thinking, let's say you go out and do like, I don't know what the date is. I guess you're just at a night out. Right? You're going to bars. Yeah, you're playing shuffleboard. Dwight would get really competitive. It would be off-putting, and you'd be like, geez, he is... Sorry, my friend gets kind of crazy. And then you get like, let's go. Let's let him cool down. Let's go get a drink. You could use him as a backboard.
That's fair. I think the date with Date Mike would just be a little too intense.
You're scared.
Yeah. Correct.
I
yes.
like it. Yes. Fear. All right.
Gotta be brave.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank
Moving
you.
on
Great
to a
question.